My name is Daniel. I'm a comedian from Estonia. Here's humor. Just trying to show myself. I just lived in Berlin for a while, and I love to party, but I can't do drugs with Berliners because these guys, they're spoiled. You know, it's not enough for them to just do the drug. They need like the drug and an activity. They're always like, "Oh, Daniel, have you ever done mushrooms in an escape room?" And I'm Estonian. I'm like, "Have you ever done weed out of a yellow plastic bottle and live next to Russia?" That's my escape room. Real life. One thing I envy whenever I go to a real Western country like Berlin, I envy that they're like mentally on a different level, like relationship-wise. They have like emotionally intelligent breakups. Yeah, I heard a guy on the U-Bahn talk to his friend about his breakup, and he sounded like, "You know, me and her, we came to the conclusion that in order to take care of each other, we need to take care of ourselves first." And I'm watching that fucking pussy. Like, when I break up with a girl, I'm like, "That bitch whore slut took my vacuum cleaner." And I don't even say that in the moment, like heat of emotion. No, after 2 months of careful reflection. That bitch whore slut. That's what it takes for me to arrive there. How are you doing, sir? You ever seen a real Estonian? No? First time? All right, don't get used to it. We're a dying breed. One thing I really wanted to do when I was in Berlin, I wanted to, because I'm really interested in German culture because my grandfather, he was German for like 2 years. But we're the Baltics, we liked the German invasion. We called it a breath of fresh air. But I really wanted to see Hitler's bunker, because he shot himself in a bunker. You know, that's poetic. The only thing the bunker couldn't protect him against was himself. Which is why it's so important to talk about mental health. You ever figure if Hitler in his dark moments, if he would have listened to some Pitbull? For everybody going through tough times. Believe me, been there, done that. So, I guess everyone goes. Mr. Worldwide. But no, myself, I'm anti-Hitler. Especially after visiting Germany. I'm for immigrants now. I like it. You can get a kebab every 50 meters. It's my favorite part about Berlin, were the kebabs. You know, especially the kebab shops, it's always the same formula, you know, the people working there. They always have the father and the son who has other dreams. You know, and you order like one big dinner and the father puts in the bread, puts like sauce, salad, meat, more meat. "Father, I want to be opera singer." More meat. More meat. And just the fucking, the first bite, like the tears, the salt, it's... And this one time I was eating my kebab at the kebab shop and the radio was playing. I don't know what channel, like Döner FM. And I'm not gonna sing the song. I'm gonna sing the song. Abraham Rai, Abraham Rai. Oh, I shouldn't have sung it, but it was a real banger. And I wanted to Shazam the song, but I didn't have internet on my phone. So I asked the father working there, "Excuse me, sir, do you have Shazam?" And he's like, "Shazam, come here!" You're in trouble again. I also lived in Australia for a while to see the sun. Just wanted to experience it once in my lifetime. It's such a different culture, man. Like here in the Baltics, we understand like never talk to a person, ever. What are you, crazy? But in Australia, like, I was on a tram and there was a guy with a bicycle on the tram, which isn't allowed. And like, I see this, and like Australians, they will insert themselves into a situation. Like they can be aggressive, they don't give a shit. They're like desert Russians, you know? And this big Australian man goes up to the bike dude and is like, "Hey, you fucking you can't bring your bike on the tram. Get the fuck off." And the bike dude like, "Oh yeah, what are you gonna do, fucking fight me?" "No, mate, I ain't got the time now. Gotta go to work." "All right, so when are you free?" And they started exchanging information. Like the fight's not gonna happen on the tram, but it will happen on 8th of January. It was hard to get ladies in Australia, especially as an Eastern European. Especially for me, because people told me there that I look Australian. Yeah, until I opened my mouth and Borat, you know, it's not the best. Also, Australian women want something which I cannot provide as a man from Eastern Europe, which is a good life, but I try to like compensate, you know, I try to buy them drinks so they could have fun short term. But Australian women have very high tolerance for alcohol. And alcohol very expensive in Australia. Getting laid there is not budget friendly. I was on this one date, bought her 7 drinks, then she stood up and drove herself home legally. She didn't even take a piss. I was watching, that's my rent money in your bladder. That's my piss. Give me my piss. All right, that's the end of that joke. All of my, I have more and more exes. I guess it was weird if it was the other way around. But they were all in the same group chat, and they're trying to like solve me. I'm like a project. I know all of my exes keep getting diagnosed with autism. I know that because they call me like they got an STD. Like, "Daniel, you need to get tested as well." I'm like, "You didn't get it from me." I use protection with autists. Eye contact. I don't know, maybe I am autistic. That would explain why I only like doggy style. 'Cause there's no eye contact. I'm just up here with my thoughts. And also that's a favor for her because then she doesn't have to see my orgasm face. So, do you know your orgasm face? Yes? Did you fuck a mirror, you fucking narcissist? It's the first time anyone ever said yes. Are you like that guy on American Psycho? Just fucking looking at your bicep through the mirror. So how is your coming face? You didn't see it? Oh, your woman explained it. It's very courageous. So the rest of you know what what a man's face looks like when he comes fucking... When a man comes, his IQ drops like 60 points. It's not even sex anymore. It's a very special wish of a very special man. No, when I found out my orgasm face, I got insecure. I tried not to move my face at all. Which is worse? At least before I was fun Shrek. Now I'm Jeffrey Dahmer. Is that semen or a kidney stone? You know what a woman's face looks like when she comes? I don't. It's fucking myth. I never made anyone pregnant. I used to think, wow, I'm so good at pulling out. But now I got paranoid, like, what if I'm sterile? So I called my friend who's a doctor. He's actually a dentist. But and he's like, do you still smoke weed? I'm like, nah, fuck yeah, I smoke weed. It's like, there you go, weed makes your sperm lazy. I'm like, what? And he explains, look, sober sperm is like Michael Phelps. It fucking shoots through the condom on the podium. There's two of them, it's twins. But Daniel, you have Joe Biden in your balls. Doesn't know where to go. Is that a tonsil? Then I understood, I'm not sterile, my semen is senile. Okay guys, I'm gonna leave you with this last one. I almost had sex in Australia. Almost, with a real Australian woman, yeah. I got to her apartment, not with like a crowbar, but with like natural charm. And we were at her apartment, and things were heating up, and I tried to give her like a little smooch, and all of a sudden, her dog started barking at me. And no matter what I tried to touch her with my finger, the dog's like, ah, ah, ah. And I could not have sex with her because the dog would not permit. And then I realized that the dog's reaction to her having sex with a new person is a great way to measure how many partners she has had. Because this one time I was with this experienced woman and she had a lot of tattoos and she was a bit of a freak. Like in the bed, she would tell me dirty things like, "Choke me, daddy." And I choked her as a good father would. And while I'm choking this woman, right next to us on the bed, her Pitbull is acting like a golden retriever. Putting its paws like this. Good friend wouldn't say no to a belly rub. So now I'm choking this woman, belly rubbing the dog. And you know when your hands have different activities, sometimes you mix it up. So now I'm choking the dog, belly rubbing the woman. And you know, the lady was so morally corroded, and the dog had learned so much from her, that eventually when I orgasmed, the dog brought me a towel. That was a bad girl, but a good boy. Thank you very much. I was Daniel from Estonia.